So I've just watched Rangers perform a little bit of a masterclass at Ibrox against Real Madrid 2-1, and it was a strangely comfortable game. I'd say Rangers started well. The crowd were naturally very excited, with many of them back for the first time in a long time, and Rangers went behind after about 7 minutes. Rodrigo broke up the pitch. They'd had a few opportunities, Rangers, by that point, and Hadji was probably a little bit suspect at the edge of the box. Let the ball go past him. Rodrigo got into some space, and you could see why there was so much excitement about him as a player. It's just a fantastic finish. After that, Rangers maintained the pressure that they'd started so strongly with, and they had 15 or 16 shots in the first half to Real Madrid's once. They really did dominate, and there was points in the first half where people were kind of looking around and laughing, thinking this feels like a home Scottish Premiership game, and with the caveat that there was some of Real Madrid's biggest players not playing. You had no Cruz, you had no Marcelo, no Benzema, Bale. You still had, I think there's only 2 youngsters in that squad. You had Marcelo there, Lucas Vazquez, who else you have? Rodrigo, so Nacho, who eventually got sent off. So it was a really strong Real Madrid team. It wasn't a second team. Rangers came out after the break, made a few changes. Kamara came into the midfield, Hadji moved into the front line, which I think balanced Rangers out a little bit better. And we went 1-1 with Fashion Sakala, who'd had a fantastic first half, and his movement was excellent. He came deep a lot, or maybe not as deep as Morelos, but he was really intelligent at bringing the ball in and switching the play in the first half. But we also seen in the second half those darting runs that he can perform in behind, and the pace he possesses, and he deserved his goal, and he thoroughly enjoyed it. He had a lovely moment with the fans. So it went 1-1. We did see a little bit of James Tavernier and Nathan Patterson, only for 5 minutes again. It was a 4-1-4-1, not a 3 at the back. They had one moment where Patterson drove inside and they seemed to link up well, but Rangers went 4-1-4-1 at that stage, and they sat too deep. Itten was quite isolated up front, and Beale and Gerrard, you could see them at one point just shouting at the team to get up. So they eventually went back to the 4-3-3. Brought Jordan Jones on, who I didn't think had a great game, but only had about 20 minutes or so. And then Cedric Itten scored the winner. Real Madrid went to 10 men. Nacho was sent off for 2 yellow cards, which always feels strange in a friendly, because you naturally want to test yourself, and it's not necessarily about the result. But Real Madrid went down to 10 men, and Cedric Itten then from the second phase, I think from a corner, I'll have to watch it back, swiveled really nicely and finished, and really enjoyed his goal. He had an interesting celebration. I think he'll feel he has a lot to contribute this season, and it was a really well taken finish after he'd had maybe 10 difficult minutes being isolated at the top end of the pitch. So all in all, thoroughly enjoyable game. Ibrox loved it. The final stats, I think Rangers had 21 shots to Real Madrid's 8. Al McGregor didn't make a save. Real Madrid hit the post late on, but the Rangers really were really dominant, high energy, vertical play. They attacked so intelligently, and I think it rounds off pre-season really nicely. It really shows we're ready for Livingston at this place in just 6 nights, and it was great to have 12,000 fans back in there, and they made some great noise, and I think everyone just really enjoyed being able to welcome the champions back and beat the most famous team in the world 2-1 quite convincingly. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'm sure you're all watching it, and as I say, thoroughly enjoyable. Rangers 2, Real Madrid 1. I think if we have a few more of those performances this season, it will be another really successful campaign.